My name is Dr. Andrew Jones. In this edition of Veterinary Secrets, I'm going to be showing you the top 10 veterinary home remedy hacks. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. Thanks for being here today on this pretty big special episode. So let's get right into this. Veterinary natural home remedy hack number 1. Hack number 1 is how to easily and quickly stop your dog from shedding. First big thing, you got to get yourself a really good comb. This is a fine tooth comb. You got to at least comb your dog once a day. It's going to make a huge difference. I'm sure if you heard it 1,000 times, it's really good to repeat common sense. But my big point, or my big tip here, is the use of an essential fatty acid. I really like flax oil, but the big thing is you need to be giving a high enough dose. And majority of the times, what you've been told, it's wrong, it's far too low. So we need to be looking at about 1,000 milligrams of this essential fatty acid per 10 pounds of body weight, given twice daily and during severe shedding, at least once daily is an ongoing basis. So for Pippi here, she's about 40 pounds. That would equate to 1 tablespoon twice a day. There, Pippi. That'd stop you from shedding. Number 2, dog eye infections. Typically when your dog has an eye infection, you're gonna see sort of a yellowish mucoid discharge in the corner of the right and left eyes. In an eye infection, the red conjunctival tissue, this reddish pink tissue that you can see below Tula's eyelid, below her eye, that would be inflamed. The easiest home remedy to be treating your dog's eye infection is black tea. So to make that, you need a black tea bag. I've got a tea bag of Earl Grey here. I put in 1 cup of water. I've let it steep in this cup for about 10 minutes. It's got that nice dark liquid. And then that's something that you want to be making daily. And this, you can take 5 to 6 drops. It can be put into both of your dog's eyes, whatever eye is affected. And that could be put in 4 times a day for 5 to 7 days. Then you'll be putting in 4 to 5 drops in each eye. You want to make sure that's made fresh daily, that it starts out hot, but it's lukewarm when you apply it. And just test it by putting a couple drops in your hand, making sure it's the appropriate temperature. Veterinary dog hack number 3, natural anti-inflammatories. One of the more common reasons dog owners are going to see the veterinarian is their dog is limping. He or she, likely your dog, may have arthritis. They may be on some type of anti-inflammatory. Fortunately, there are 2 really effective natural anti-inflammatories. The first one is this one here. It is curcumin, and it comes from this spice, the orange spice turmeric, which Pippi is about to eat. Of all the different natural anti-inflammatories that have been studied, curcumin has the most studied, is proven to be the most effective natural anti-inflammatory, being very safe. When we're looking at dog doses, we're looking at about 100 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight given once daily, but it needs to be given with a fatty meal, and then it can be absorbed properly and be effective. The second herb that is proven to also be very effective is boswellia. The boswellia dose is approximately half of the curcumin dose, so it's about 50 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily, meaning Pippi would need to be on about 250 milligrams, which is one of these boswellia tablets, once a day. Number 4, dog fatty tumors or lipomas. These are super common. I get pet owners asking me about them all the time. These soft, movable, generally fatty lumps under the skin, very common up here on the chest wall. Pippi actually has a little fatty lump. You can see it right here on her front wrist. What can you do naturally to get rid of these things quickly and easily at home? First, you got to increase your dog's metabolic rate. Pippi can smell what I'm going to give her. I want you to feed less of this kibble, and really increase the protein. So more of this. This is meat. And Pippi likes meat. Pipster. Holy cow, I almost lost my finger. Next, you can look at by increasing your dog's metabolic rate by adding in green tea. So it's as simple as brewing up, a standard pot of green tea. You can just get green tea bags, but that's easiest. Make yourself a cup, and if I were doing it with Pippi, I'd be adding in 1 cup of green tea, for 50 pounds of body weight, so you should be getting a cup of green tea a day. And the last thing is using some of what's in this. This is my supplement, Ultimate Canine Advanced Health Formula, and in particular, you want to use the ingredient called colostrum. It can also increase the metabolic rate. We're looking at colostrum doses. It's about 100 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight daily. Number 5, dog coughing, kennel cough. By far, the most effective home remedy is honey and lemon. So what I want you to get is preferably darker, unpasteurized natural honey. But if you can just get over-the-counter store honey, that's fine. Here's a big chunk of some honey here. And we're looking at doses of a half a teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight. And that could be safely given 2 to 3 times a day, while your dog is coughing. So for Tula here, we'd be using a half a teaspoon of honey. My cup. I'm going to dissolve that with 2 tablespoons of warm water, and 3 drops of lemon. Those are 3 drops. Mix it up, and this can be given to your dog 2 to 3 times a day while they're coughing. Number 6, wounds and abscesses. Let's just say your dog has a cut, it's gotten infected, you're wanting to know, is there something you could do at home? Well, you bet there is, if you follow these really simple basic steps. Let's just say it's on Tula's front leg here. The first thing you need to do is really clean it well. You can use something as simple as this black tea that we made up here earlier, a cloth, and let's just wipe that wound really well. The next thing in wound care is the principle of hydrotherapy. We're going to be flushing that wound a minimum of twice a day, and once again, you can use something as simple as this lukewarm black tea. Draw some up in a syringe, get it right on top of the surface of that wound. We're trying to flush it really well because we want to get all the bacteria, the debris out, keep it clean, allow those natural healing cells to work their way so that wound can start to close on its own. And then the big thing is this, you need to be using topical honey. So we're taking some of that raw local honey, let's use 1/4 teaspoon, and we're gonna apply it directly all over top of that wound. Number 7, dog allergies. How can you naturally stop the itching? Say you've got a dog that has an allergy, that they're constantly scratching. They're excessively licking their paws, they're turning their paws red. They're shaking their head, scratching their ears. He or she may have hair loss, especially here in the groin. It could be all red. The skin may change color, so instead of kind of Pippi's light pink color, it's gone to a black. Your dog has probably got atopy or environmental allergy, but there's a couple things you can consider doing at home that can be really helpful. The first is this, it's called Licorice Tincture. So this is a herbal tincture you'd have to get from a natural health store, but it's considered the natural type steroid, and in many cases, it can really help decrease the itching, especially for a short-term period of time. When we're looking at dog doses, we're looking at about 1/2 ml of the tincture. As you can see here, that's about 1/2 ml for 20 pounds of body weight, given 2 to 3 times a day for 3 to 5 days. Next is this one. It's called Nettle Tea. So here it is here, the nettle leaf, also known as stinging nettle. It's got some natural antihistamine type qualities, meaning it can naturally decrease the itching that your dog is experiencing. 1 cup of the nettle tea per 50 pounds of body weight daily. Should be getting 1 cup a day. It's going to take 4 to 6 weeks, and definitely worth trying. Then I'd have you consider this raw, local, unpasteurized honey. So what we're doing with the honey is it's going to contain small amounts of pollen, which is what your dog may be allergic to, and what you're doing is you're giving a small amount to locally sort of desensitize your dog to that potential allergen. When we're looking at dog doses, we're looking at about 1/4 teaspoon per 10 pounds of body weight given daily. Has to be given for a good 8 to 12 weeks before you can assess whether it's effective or not. Number 8, dog anal glands. Let's just say that your dog is a scooter. They're dragging their bum, You may or may not have been in to see your veterinarian to get the anal glands expressed. This is something that you can do at home, and you don't need to directly go in and squish the anal glands. You can do it via the outside of the skin. I want to quickly show you how easily it is here to do it on Tula. And this is something that you can be doing right at home. A little bit about veterinary anatomy. It's good to know where the anal glands are. They're just under the anus here. They're sort of at approximately 4 and 8. So it's good to have some latex gloves, a bit of lubrication, still slightly uncomfortable, something to sort of catch the debris that comes out. We've got some toilet paper. Don't do this on your kitchen table, children. It's not for the faint of heart. Okay, well, Tula, let's see what comes out. So we know they're in here's Tula's anus. They're at 4 and 8. And we're gonna put the toilet paper below here, and I'm gonna squish either side of them. You can feel the little balls, and out comes the glands. So you can see that debris that came out here. That's anal gland debris. Number 9, recurring ear infections. So for most of the dogs that have recurring ear infections, underlying they have yeast as the cause. So typically if your dog has an ear infection, they're going to be shaking their head. They're going to have a bit of a foul smelling discharge coming out of the ear. If you flip their head to the side, look down in, you're going to see generally kind of dark black debris. It's got a bit of a sweeter smell. That's very typical of a yeast ear infection. Your home remedy that is very effective against yeast is this: apple cider vinegar. I find the vinegar works very well in combination with green tea. That can be used topically into your dog's ear. It's going to treat majority of the yeast infections. It's going to be as effective as many of the conventional veterinary treatments. Inexpensive, easy for you to do at home. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. We're going to add here. And then 2 tablespoons of the green tea. Then what I want to see you do is put 5 or 10 drops in whatever ear is affected. I've used something like my syringe here. Squirt it in, the 5 or 10 drops. Then I grab the base of your dog's ear. Have you rub the base of the ear really well so you hear it squishing, it's working its way down. Working its way down into the ear canal. Then take something like a cloth, wipe off the excess outside the external part of the ear canal. That can be done safely twice daily for 5 to 7 days. Number 10, natural flea control. The one that I find to be most effective is this, diatomaceous earth. You want to ensure that it's food grade diatomaceous earth, meaning it's safe to ingest, so then it's safe to apply topically to your dog. So here's our powder pippy. It can be safely done once a week. And after you've given your dog a light dusting, just use some type of comb to sort of spread it through. So we're getting through all the hair. Bonus number 11 is a common yet little known toxin called xylitol. It's found in many sugar-free products such as this, sugar-free gum. And as little as sort of 1 or 2 pieces, if it's consumed by a small dog, that potentially can be seriously toxic to them. Xylitol works by confusing your dog's body, can cause them to have an extremely low blood sugar, causing them to have signs such as collapse and seizures. The big point here is just be really wary of things that are sugar-free, but especially if they say on it what they say on here, without aspartame. There's another sweetener in there and it just happens to be xylitol. Thanks you guys so much for watching this edition of Veterinary Secrets. I'd love for you to click up there to subscribe to my channel. Click down there to like this video. And lastly, click that link directly in the box below. When you do that and you sign up for my newsletter, I can send you my free books and my free videos on how to heal your dogs at home with my top natural remedies.